Hi, boys and girls. Today I'm going to read to you the story Jack and the Beanstalk. It's illustrated by Gavin Scott. Do you remember what the illustrator does? That's right, they're the one that draws the pictures for the book. A beanstalk is a plant that string beans grow on. You can see in this picture on the cover that this beanstalk is larger than normal. You can see it's much bigger than Jack's house even. Once there was a boy named Jack who lived with his mother. They were very poor. One day, Jack's mother told Jack to sell their cow at market to get money for food. On his way there, Jack met an old man. "I'll give you magic beans for her," the old man said. Magic beans, thought Jack. They sound exciting. He gave the old man the cow and took the beans in return. Then he went home to his mother. What do you think his mother's going to think, boys and girls? Is she going to be happy about that? Jack's mother was extremely cross. Cross means mad. "Silly boy," she shouted. "Thanks to you, we have no cow and no money." She threw the beans out the window and sent Jack to bed. The next morning, Jack was amazed when he looked out of the window. A giant beanstalk had sprung up while he was sleeping. Jack ran outside and began to climb up the beanstalk. Up and up he went, higher and higher, until he reached the top. There, he found a road which led to a big house. There's Jack climbing the beanstalk. Jack's tummy was rumbling with hunger, so he knocked on the large wooden door. A giant woman answered, and Jack asked if she would give him some breakfast. "You will be breakfast if my husband finds you," she told Jack. "He's much bigger than me and he eats children." But Jack begged and pleaded, and at last she let him in. She gave him some bread and milk. Soon they heard loud footsteps. The giant man was coming. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman," the giant roared. The giant's wife quickly hid Jack in a cupboard. "Don't be so silly," the giant's wife said. "You smell the sausages I've cooked. Now sit down and eat." There's the giant and his wife who's made the sausage. After wolfing down 3 plates of sausages, the giant took out 2 big sacks filled with gold coins. He started to count the coins, but he was sleepy after his big breakfast, and he soon began to snore. Do you know anyone who snores, boys and girls? When the giant's wife wasn't looking, Jack crept out of the cupboard and grabbed a sack. Then he rushed out of the house, along the road, and straight down the beanstalk. Jack's mother was overjoyed to see him, and she was even happier when she saw the gold. They lived well while the money lasted, but after a year, it had all been spent. Once again, Jack and his mother had nothing to eat. "Don't worry, Mother," said Jack. "I'll just go back up the beanstalk to the giant's house." What do you think Jack's going to do at the giant's house this time, boys and girls? And so he did. Just as before, Jack knocked on the door and begged the giant's wife for something to eat. "Go away," she told him. "The last time you were here, a sack of gold disappeared. My husband was really cross." Do you remember what cross means? Mad, right? But once again, Jack begged and pleaded, and at last, the woman let him in. She gave him some bread and milk and hid him in the cupboard. Soon the giant stomped in, bellowing, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." "Nonsense," said the giant's wife. "You smell the yummy soup I've made." Peeping through a crack in the cupboard door, Jack saw the giant slurp down a big barrel full of soup. Then the giant took out a fat red hen and shouted, "Lay!" To Jack's amazement, the hen laid a golden egg. There's the hen laying the golden egg. Jack waited until the giant was asleep. Then, when the giant's wife wasn't looking, Jack crept out of the cupboard and snatched the hen. Fast as lightning, he dashed out of the house, along the road, and down the beanstalk. And there's Jack with the hen. Jack and his mother lived very well on the money they made from the hen's golden eggs. But Jack wanted to climb the beanstalk one last time. He knew the giant's wife would not let him in again, so when she wasn't looking, he sneaked into the house and crawled into the cupboard. Before long, the giant came crashing in. What do you think he said, boys and girls? That's right. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman, he thundered. You smell the steaks I've cooked, his wife said, and she put a platter of steaks in front of him. There's the giant eating his steaks. After gobbling up the steaks, the giant took out a golden harp and said, "Sing!" The harp played a lullaby, and soon the giant was fast asleep. Do you know what a harp is, boys and girls? Right there, it's a musical instrument on the bottom of the page. Jack sprang out, took the harp, and began to run. But the harp cried, "Master! Master!" and the giant woke up. With a roar, he leapt up and ran after Jack. Holding the harp tightly, Jack scrambled down the beanstalk and yelled, "Mother! Mother! Bring the axe!" Jack took the axe and started to chop down the beanstalk. The giant quickly climbed back up to the top before it snapped in two. And that was the last time that Jack saw the giant. With the hen and the magic harp, Jack and his mother lived happily ever after, and they were never hungry again. There is the last picture of the giant on the beanstalk and Jack chopping it down. That's the end of the story, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good time talking about it this week. Have a great week.